Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of this Vicar David 60-second slot, which is based on this remarkable painting which we looked at yesterday, and shows this figure leaving a long shadow behind, walking towards this intense light coming from outside the stable, which we know is the stable where Christ is born. And we know it's the stable where Christ is born because it's based on this poem which we're going to look at today. And you notice the figure, if you remember, is drawn to the light, leaving all the shadow, the dark things behind, not facing those dark things, but realising that the person doesn't have to be the perfect, best version of themselves in order to be welcomed and redeemed by this light. And based on the same sentiments expressed in this equally remarkable sonnet poem by the 17th century English poet George Herbert. And it's called Christmas Number 1, and it's nothing to do with Slade or Wham or anything to do with the charts. It's number 1 because he wrote a series of Christmas sonnets. But this is remarkable because it talks about someone who has been riding, travelling all day, and tired in body, mind and soul, comes upon an inn and goes with relief into the inn to find rest, but finds that it's the very inn where Christ is born, this same inn that this is the stable for. And finding Christ, realises and finds and experiences rest, renewal and refreshment far beyond the wildest dreams. And looking at that Christ, realises that both their own life in the past, but also their expectations of what will bring true renewal were not only inadequate, but can be far more richly accessed and lived out. And realising that also, and this particular appropriate for today, for New Year's Eve, that it doesn't have to be a kind of special time that you have to prepare for and you only get a chance for once or even once a year. But like this figure, we can meet Christ, we can turn to Christ and travel towards this light anytime we want to. All we have to do is turn and face the light. So here is the Christmas number 1 for this New Year's Eve. After all pleasure as I rid one day, my horse and I, both tired, body and mind, with full cry of affections, quite astray, I took up in the next inn I could find. There, when I came, whom found I but my dearest Lord, expecting till the grief of pleasures brought me to him, ready there to be all passengers' most sweet relief. I love that phrase, the grief of pleasures. The grief of pleasures, which may be Christmas, overindulgence in fine food and drinks and high living, but maybe just the pleasures which we seek as the traveller sought and realised were not actually the deepest and richest and most fulfilling pleasures, but that is to be found in this very light, which, like the figure, we can turn to any time at all, not just on New Year's Eve. If you've made a New Year's resolution, good luck with it, but realise that we can make new resolutions. We can turn to Jesus anytime we want to. We don't have to be the best version of ourselves to do that. All we have to do is be ready to turn and let God's redeeming love do all the work. I wish you a very happy, blessed and peaceful New Year. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.